My son Paul broke my heart with a question. He asked, "Mom, will you come visit me when I grow up and live outside of California?" "Why would you want to live out of state?" I asked. It wasn't that there's somewhere else he'd rather be. He was just a teenager already worrying that he wouldn't be able to afford to live where he grew up. He's right to be worried. We all face a big cost of living problem. Housing has become too expensive and affordable housing altogether too scarce. The National Low-Income Housing Coalition estimates that there is a nationwide shortage of more than 7 million affordable homes. That's not just a problem, it is a full-blown crisis. Washington has bungled this for decades, and nothing is changing. Earlier this year, bipartisan House and Senate leaders promised, quote, the biggest investment in housing that Congress has made in 35 years, until the deal fell apart. We're back to solving yesterday's problems tomorrow, maybe. Washington insiders might not have a plan, but I do. Let's start with the easiest step. Let's create a housing committee. We currently lump housing issues into the Financial Services Committee, a body focused on Wall Street, banking, and financial markets. But housing is about so much more. It's about shelter. It's about well-being. It's about opportunity, not just about Wall Street profits. Housing should have a dedicated committee. And then Republicans and Democrats on that housing committee must work together to do three related things. First, increase the supply of housing. Second, make housing easier to build. And third, make housing more affordable. Believe it or not, the supply part is pretty easy. Republicans and Democrats alike actually want to increase our housing supply. You don't have to take my word for it. Look at the Affordable Housing Credit Improvement Act, which would enhance tax credits to build 2 million homes over the next decade. It is publicly supported by 111 Democrats and 111 Republicans. So let's pass that. And then why stop with tax credits? Let's unleash private capital for home construction by guaranteeing and securitizing the construction of 1 to 4 unit starter homes, just like the government already does for big apartment buildings built by Wall Street real estate firms. Those are the steps that we need to take to invest in our housing supply. But actually building those homes is still too challenging, and it shouldn't be. Stick and brick homes are expensive. Manufacturing costs have gone down in virtually every industry, except home building. So why aren't we copying and learning from what worked in other industries? Imagine a home built, at least in part, from 3D printed materials. Congress can invest in this type of technology and reduce building costs by over 30% just by thinking creatively. And all levels of government should be partners in creative thinking. Congress should reward counties and cities that take steps to make their building and zoning requirements more flexible. And the federal government should release some of its unused land so we can build homes on it. With these simple steps, we can build way more affordable homes and get those financed and built. Then we just need to figure out how to make them affordable to own. One problem is that hedge funds have been scooping up all of the affordable homes, especially starter homes. We need to pass the End Hedge Fund Control of American Homes Act and tax Wall Street investors that purchase hundreds of homes solely for profits. Houses should be for homeowners and mom and pop landlords, not Wall Street companies looking to drive up their profits. And with the money we make from that bill, we can invest in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Often the biggest thing stopping people from owning a home is not having the cash to pay upfront for the down payment, even if they can afford the regular payments on that mortgage. Down payment assistance will solve that. Folks, this is what a plan looks like. Congress just doesn't have one. The United States did not wind up with a shortage of nearly 7 million affordable homes overnight. Our housing crisis is the gradual consequence of leaders in Washington being asleep at the wheel for over 30 years. Well, Congress needs to wake up. Lowering people's housing costs isn't pie in the sky. We have done it before. We did it through the GI Bill for service members, and we can do it again for all Americans. That's what we need from Washington, and I'll keep pushing to get it done.